Hello everyone, my name is Hagen and I oversee research and design for Impact Alert. I want you to imagine a typical Friday night football game or a weekend soccer tournament. The crowd's cheering, adrenaline's pumping, a big hit happens on the field, player goes down, gets back up, and coach says, "Are you okay?" The athlete wanting to stay in the game says, "Yeah, I'm fine, just a little shook up." This shake it off mentality is deeply ingrained into sports culture, but it's incredibly dangerous. Currently, an estimated 1.6 to 3.8 million sports-related concussions happen in the U.S. alone. Even more alarming, 50% of these brain injuries go undiagnosed or unreported. When a youth athlete sustains a concussion and continues to play, they're more susceptible to second impact syndrome, and over time, it can lead to CTE, a degenerative and fatal brain disease. We can't rely solely on the subjective observation of a busy coach who's managing 40 other players on a sideline. We need objective data. That brings us to our mission at Impact Alert to safeguard youth athletes through real-time concussion detection technology. We're empowering coaches, guardians, and athletic trainers to act quickly and decisively, protecting both athletic performance and long-term cognitive health. Our purpose is to completely eliminate the guesswork from head injuries in student athletes. We are here to create a safer sports culture where critical health decisions are guided by accurate real-time data, and a student's safety is never left to chance. To explain exactly how we capture this data, I'll hand it over to Branson, our lead for 3D design and modeling.
Thank you, Hagen. I'm Branson, and I lead the 3D design and modeling for our hardware. When we set out to create Impact Alert system, we had 3 non-negotiable requirements. It had to be highly accurate, lightweight, and most importantly, affordable. What you are looking at is a wearable concussion detection system designed for youth sports. Inside our custom 3D printed housing, the magic happens through a combination of highly calibrated sensors. We utilize an ADXL 375 accelerometer, which is specifically designed to measure impact forces in Gs, paired with an ESP32 microcontroller. When an impact occurs, the accelerometer instantly measures the G-force. If that force exceeds scientifically established safety thresholds for concussive impacts, the ESP32 microcontroller immediately processes that data and transmits it wirelessly. We spent a lot of time iterating on the housing. Using durable 3D printed filament, we designed a casing that protects the delicate internal design electronics from moisture, sweat, and blunt force, while keeping the total weight to an absolute minimum. Now let's look at the current market landscape. If you look at our competitor analysis, the barrier to entry for team safety is shockingly high. The Riddell Insight system, a leading competitor, costs nearly $1,000 and is primarily limited to football helmets. Another alternative, Jolt, is priced at $99. Because we engineered Impact Alert using low-cost, readily available off-the-shelf components, and because we manufacture the housing ourselves, we are able to offer our device at just $69.99 per unit. We are democratizing athlete safety, making it affordable for public schools and recreational leagues, not just elite private academies. But hardware is only half the equation. To explain how this data reaches the sidelines, I'll pass it to Sebastian.
Thanks, Branson. I'm Sebastian, and I co-lead our website and app development. We knew that capturing the impact data was useless if we couldn't deliver it to the right people at the right time. To solve this, we developed the Impact Alert application. Our app acts as a real-time dashboard for coaches and athletic trainers on the sideline, as well as parents in the stands. The core of our software is a dual-layer safety alert system. The first layer of this system looks for acute trauma. If a player takes a single massive hit that registers above our high G threshold, the app instantly sends a notification to the tablets on the sideline. The app will tell which player needs to be checked, allowing them to be pulled from the game without risking further harm. The second layer is just as important, cumulative impact tracking. Science tells us that a concussion doesn't always come from one big hit. Dozens of smaller hits during a game or season adds up. Our app calculates a cumulative impact index, warning a coach when a player has simply taken too much routine contact and needs a rest. I also want to touch on an issue we care deeply about, data privacy. In today's tech landscape, health data is constantly being harvested and sold. We have built a closed-loop system where schools and families retain 100% ownership of their athletes' raw data. There is absolutely zero risk of a third-party company selling or sharing a student-athlete's private health profile. To talk about how we ensure the system works in the real world, I'll hand it over to Kai.
Hello, I'm Kai, and my primary focus is product testing and operations. You can't release a safety device without rigorous validation, which is why we have designed a two-phase rollout plan. Currently, we are in phase 1, which involves controlled drop testing and initial field testing. With local athletic teams, we will work closely with coaches to ensure that Bluetooth connectivity holds up in crowded stadium environments, and that our G-force thresholds are accurately calibrated to avoid false positives. If the app goes off every time a player trips, the coaches will stop looking at it. Accuracy is our top priority. By phase 2, we will manufacture and deploy our initial batch of fully calibrated units within our local school district, using their feedback to finalize our product model. Let's transition to unit economics, which is where the business truly becomes sustainable. Because of Branson and Hagen's efficient hardware design, our cost per unit is incredibly low. Let's break down the $19.75 it costs to build one device. The accelerometer is $10.25. The battery is $3, the microcontroller is $5, the charging board is $1, and the 3D filament and small parts cost just around $1. Selling the unit at $69.99 gives us a large profit margin of $50.24 per unit. Our fixed costs are currently limited to $500, which covers essential cloud hosting, software development, and licensing for Apple and Google app stores. Because our margins are so strong, our break-even point is just 10 units. Once we sell our 11th unit, we are already a profitable enterprise. Now I hand it over to Nate to talk about business strategies.
I'm Nate. I focus on go-to-market strategy and financial scaling in the massive $9 billion sports protective equipment market. Selling to schools is slow, so our primary strategy targets parents and booster clubs. We'll market team packs, 20 units for $1,300, which booster clubs can easily fundraise. Schools adopting Impact Alert will also receive a Safe School certification badge, emphasizing their commitment to student-athlete safety. We utilize a freemium app model. Basic real-time alerts are free with hardware purchase. By year 3, we will roll out a premium analytics subscription, allowing tracking of a student's cumulative impact data for a longitudinal health record. Financial projections are year 1 projects 20 units sold, year 2 scales to 250 units and $17,000 in revenue. Year 3 projects 1,000 units, generating nearly $70,000 in revenue and an estimated $44,990 net profit. In conclusion, Impact Alert is a necessary evolution for youth sports. We have the right team, technology, and price to protect the next generation and change the culture of sports safety. We invite you to join our mission.
So what's the actual device look like? The helmet and the Jolt weren't your products, right? Those are competitors?
No, yeah, those are the competitors. We have it pulled up, but it won't show up on the screen. And here's the actual prototype. So it goes inside the helmet, in between the pads.
And then did you say this was like versatile enough to use for other sports and like a headband or something? Or
Currently it is not, but we do plan to roll it out to be able to put in other sports.
and then do you charge it? How does it charge?
So it just charges like an iPhone would. You just plug it into a cord.
So does a charger come with it or not?
Not currently, but that would definitely be something that we could consider.
Good. Thanks, you guys did good.
Thank you.
Yeah, that was a good presentation. I love especially the ability to have a cumulative impact report, for each player. I didn't know that, smaller concussions could add up, or not concussions, sorry, but impact could add up that way. Yeah, I don't think I have any questions, but that was a really great presentation.
Thank you very much.
International markets, what do you see as an opportunity there? They don't necessarily play American football, but soccer is
So,
big.
we're currently trying to dial it down for football and make sure that it's working. And we do plan on expanding it more to headbands for soccer and other sports internationally that also could use it. Yeah, rugby and like softball and baseball. Thank you.
Hello, that was a good presentation. So you talked about the app and how data privacy is important. So I misunderstood or didn't catch, you said it would be available to the family of the
Yes.
player and then also the coach, I'm assuming? Okay, and you said with the purchase of the hardware, how does the app, you said it was like free of charge for the first year. Kind of explain that.
So when you get the headband, you get like a QR code to be able to download the app. And so if you're like a parent, you're able just to connect one of them. And then if you're a coach on your iPad, you can connect like your whole teams. And then like your athletic trainer will also have the app, so they can also look at them.
Okay, and so it's free for the first year, so what's the charge after that year?
I think we were looking at about $15 a month to store the data and make sure that it's still processing completely.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Well, as a father of a football player, I know that I'm always concerned about concussions, and I think any time that you can develop a product and an app that you can track the number of hits they're getting, I think it's important. And I don't really have any questions, but I think it's an awesome idea.
Thank you.
Did you guys put this in a helmet and test it out yourselves?
We have.
Is it comfortable?
You can't feel it. You can't notice it.
You can't feel it at all?
Yeah.
I noticed on one of your slides, you said the market was $9 billion.
For sports equipment.
That's
For
like
yeah.
sports protection
Like
equipment.
all protective sports equipment.
Okay.
pads and
What
helmets.
percentage of that market do you think you'd be able to penetrate?
Probably a decent amount because there's only one other actual like clip-on or like thing you can attach to your own helmet, like concussion sensor. Like the other one our other competitor, it built into the helmet, and the helmet's over $1,000. So we'd be able to target a pretty large percentage of it.
Okay. And your IT security for like tracking that, how are you accounting for the cost of that IT security?
With the subscription fee after a year. So if they actually are going to continue to use it, then they'll have to start paying so that we can maintain the cost and maintain the IT security and stuff.
And how much is that per client, do you know?
$15 per month.
That's it? Oh, okay. And how many employees will you need to maintain all this data and monitor this?
We haven't really thought about that like recent at this state of the project, but we probably would need at least us to work on it.
To just put it together and formulate it and hopefully be able to mass reduce it so we can sell it to more people and broaden our range.
Okay. I think that's all I have for now. Thank you.
Thank you.
Only other thought I had, like on the liability side, like the, health information is one thing, but like what happens if it doesn't work? And like it doesn't detect what it's supposed to, and someone thinks everything's fine, like I guess you just have to have like an insurance policy for coverage on that kind of failure. That might be one of your risks. I don't know if you've thought
Yeah.
about it.
We have not thought about that yet, but it's definitely a good idea to take into consideration.
Good product though, it looks cool.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Oh, what have you learned about yourself through this process? not as an entrepreneur?
We've learned that we are able to produce something, produce a product, and be able to sell it to people, be able to engineer our things for ourselves, and be able to make stuff, which gives us experience to do other things.
Do you mind cycling back to the financial slide that you did have, if there were projections on it? And I know you said some of the numbers about like 20 units the first year and 200 units the second year, but I was curious on that.
So there's the fixed cost and then the per unit. So
Was the projection just verbal? Is that what it was? Like the 20 units for the first year, 200
oh
units the
yeah.
second year?
Mhm.
I may have missed it, but did you say you had done impact testing on the sensitivity of the device and also the directionality of the impact in case that matters?
Yeah, we've done testing on the device, and it's very durable. It hasn't broke. It hasn't broke yet. We've done multiple testings, and it's still very durable.
I just wondered if you were able to determine what that very expensive device
Mhm.
can detect and how yours compares with its ability to detect. Maybe theirs is more sensitive, maybe it's more durable. There may be some issues that are relevant to your product or to the safety of the player.
So like the Riddell, it's actually built in to the helmet, and it's only like fit for a certain like helmet, and ours is universal, so that's the biggest difference of ours is that it can fit in multiple helmets instead of just one.
I was just more concerned about the detection of a safety, not a violation, but, you know, a problem, a concussion. So the ability to always detect something, a problem, and how it might compare with the product. And I realize you may need to do more investigation, more research. Might pay to talk to a medical concussion specialist
Mhm.
and also possibly an engineer. Maybe they would have some very good advice on how to do that comparison testing. But otherwise, that's very impressive.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Anybody else? Okay. Thank you.
Thank you all.